Yet, it was told by individuals in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on the yacht, so Cassie's story is Cassie's story. Is Kim's story that was one of the nearest individuals to Diddy at the time he was dating Kim Dorman, affirming that it wasn't the fantasy sibling love has painted, and Kimora Lee appears to have the receipts again. Everything can be, demonstrated with receipts. I love receipts so people can continuously proceed to get receipts and show over the course of the years. It ours to be the receipt she was discussing could have been about how he was avoiding her protection in the absolute worst manner. They say whenever a man would go out his direction to WAP somebody's telephone or put TAPs in their homes just to screen their discussion, that is indication of craziness. Everybody has great and terrible days, even Vips, yet from where everybody's taking a gander at Diddy, it appears to be the rapper has been taking only L's in the recent weeks and even months. The majority of that has been a direct result of the headhunter's rehashed appearance in the media for a few stunning charges. Yet in the present episode, Diddy's damnation is of an alternate kind. The music maker got smoke by 2 or 3 hours prior after he posted something via virtual entertainment about his late ex Kim. Watchman plainly Diddy isn't the main VIP who has been enamored with somebody who has passed, yet Diddy was essentially killed after he talked about it. Well, the justification for that will be that many individuals appear to accept the last evening vocalist is the last individual who ought to discuss Doorman in the media part of the way, on the grounds that few individuals from the populace accept Kim's passing wasn't quite as regular as the clinical report said it was, and furthermore, in light of the fact that the man has, in a real sense, went through the last month moving, starting with one fierce charge against ladies, then onto the next, what places considerably more fuel into his previously raising fire is that Kimora Lee, who was more sister than dearest companion to Kim Dorman, while she was alive, likewise tends to assume Diddy's hands aren't completely spotless in that soul. The rapper's latest post appears to have likewise evoked an emotional response in her, with news saying she may be adequately disturbed to pull up to Diddy's home just to have him attempt to discuss Kim to her face. To be fair, you can't exactly fault Lee for having this response. Diddy may be an evangelist of adoration and every one of the benefits of making that a model of life right now. Yet the man was an entirely unexpected individual during the years she knew him. On the off chance that you won't take it from her experience, what about the huge number of previous craftsmen and workers who have emerged to talk on Diddy's not-so-cherishing past? What are the chances of every one of them lying? I'd say pretty thin. Then there are likewise the new allegations in the report about the man obviously sly. He was at that point strolling in a dangerous situation even a long time before these harming things began to come up about him, and presently he attempts to eradicate all of that with one post. Best accept the fans as well as Kimora Lee won't simply enjoy the moment. Him three-step dance free. This carries us to the very reason Diddy's name is close to Lee in the titles today, yet the kick of it is what the fans have been talking about, so remain tuned to this one more unstable Diddy story. Diddy is a long way from your idea of an alien to the news. Only this previous month alone, the rapper stood out as truly newsworthy on a normal of around 2 times per week. Some of it was for good explanation, like when he concluded he planned to give his old craftsmen back their distributing privileges. Yet the others were administered by accounts of the man being a beast to the ladies in his day-to-day existence. Once upon a time, one of which was Kim Dorman. Now, albeit the story includes Kim Dorman, it didn't begin as something that would have everybody on the web discussing Diddy yet. It did apparently on account of the late vocalist's closest companion per the report, Sean Combs, otherwise called Diddy, and all the more as of late Love took to Instagram on Friday to recall his late ex Kim Dorman. On her birthday. It comes after recently he ended his quietness about numerous paper charges made against him by a few ladies. The 54-year-old music tycoon, a business visionary who lost a Hulu bargain he to the allegations, shared an old photograph of him kissing Kim's cheek as she streaked an energetic grin. Diddy likewise utilized his Instagram stories to keep respecting Kim with different photographs of them together during the 90s and mid-2000s. Kim died in 2018 at 47 years old from lobar pneumonia. Yet a few group feel that is a heap of bull. She and the hip bounce maker music craftsman had 3 children all through their on-off 13-year relationship. They were guardians to his 25-year-old chip. Christian and twin girls Delilah Starr and Jesse James, who will turn 17 on December 21. Posting Kim appeared as though an outrageous game for Diddy as fans quickly took to online entertainment to call him out for having the guts to try and make reference to her name, yet it appeared to be the magnate was at that point stressed over the criticism since he switched off the remarks on the post, and, surprisingly, that was utilized against him by the fans. One individual composed Diddy got a few balls on him posting Kim for her birthday. He knew to switch them remarks off. Haha, one more client discussed something Diddy did that they considered odd. They composed, I generally thought it was peculiar that Diddy called Kim Watchman his eternity my woman yet. That was the melody her ex made for her app. Third client who appeared to have inside or information on Diddy's set of experiences composed, I can't inspire myself to send contemplations and petitions to Diddy genuinely mishandled Kim. He broke her nose. An excessive number of individuals who realized Diddy suspect he had something to do with her demise. On top of that, he most certainly genuinely and Cassie HF Diddy. In addition to the fact that this individual knows what they're talking about, yet Diddy's rap sheet as per individuals who realized him once upon a time is a lot of more terrible than this yet. Before we get to how much more terrible he truly was, Gan Bargain individual partner affirmed this fan proclamation on the off chance that you were not mindful. Cassie, who used to go out with Diddy and was involved with the investor as from the get-go in her life as when she was 19, as of late recorded a claim expressing that the rapper wasn't controlling the way in which she carried on with her life when they were together, but at the same time was rough toward her now. While Bargain doesn't appear to have first-hand data about Cassie's accounts with Diddy, the previous protector uncovered that he was sure that Kim had faced a similar outcome. On account of his previous chief, yet it was told by individuals in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on the yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story, albeit that story had proactively drifted around for quite a while before things took a turn sideways when arrangement uncovered that Diddy had a wrapped hand at one point in light of the fact that Kim had battled him back after he went after her. The man uncovered that Kim tossed a wine opener at Diddy, and the subsequent injury was so terrible it could have been crawls from a vein in Diddy's grasp. In truth, since Gene Arrangement began talking about Diddy, there have been a few tales about how he may be standing up of harshness, yet Arrangement's validity took a significant lift after another person affirmed that Kim endured because of the awful kid chief that you realize he did likewise to Kim Watchman imprint Curry the pen behind a few of Diddy's tunes, and one of the voices behind the terrible kid him additionally affirmed that his previous supervisor wasn't awesome of Darlings dissimilar to Bargain. He was very when Cassie was in the image and accord as per him. It didn't begin with Cassie, he said the assault began with his child mom Misa, and that was her young life beau like coming up they was the cutesy D couple and it was in those days he used to, do that with me for Kim's situation. Curry didn't stop at affirming the head honcho was fit for hitting her yet. He likewise educated a story regarding their relationship that made it clear he was very likely vicious toward her. The previous rapper uncovered that Diddy had been controlling Kim's life, to the point that he apparently tapped her telephone without her insight into course. Now the image is that on the off chance that this man was able to go to the extent that tapping her telephone, do you suppose on the off chance that he found her duping, he'd have been sweet about it, profoundly far-fetched, talking about which this isn't where the ladies of Puff going after Kim closes. As of late, word on the roads is that Kim Dorman's loved ones are pushing for the situation of her unfavorable demise to be returned. Curiously, sources guarantee that the main thrust behind the development is Kim's dearest companion Kimora Lee. Now Weeza Holt perceived how devastatingly miserable Kimora looked on the sad day she knew Kim for her vivacious character. So this news was understandingly turbulent for her per Hollywood life. Kimora, the design fashion and dear companion of Kim, was spotted crying external her companion's home, and the photos are truly miserable. Kimora was seen wailing close to the Los Angeles home where her companion used to reside. In one picture, Karawa is remaining with her hand over her mouth, doing whatever it takes not to cry. It appears Kimora has now shouted out about her closest companion guest murder and is effectively looking for hints along with Kim Watchman's family. She is looking for legitimate guidance. The stunning update was given by an exceptionally close family companion of Kim Dorman and friendly. So the babble around Columbus is that Kim's family is looking for lawful counsel and is unequivocally in pursuit to hit Diddy with the claim for unjust. All the fans accept that there is a 100% plausibility that Kimora Lee knows a few vile things. No one accepts Kim Watchman up and bafflingly kicked the bucket. What I will always remember was that Kira Lee Simmons was on the scene when this happened. She was somewhat of an observer behind the scenes camera. She appeared as though she'd been crying, yet more critically, she looked extremely terrified. I shared with myself, she realizes something seems to be Diddy by his own hands, could have quite recently multiplied his concerns. This man could actually be taking a gander at one more claim, one that his billions will be unable to get him out.